Hi, my name is Brianna, and this is my public service announcement video on the iOS Health app. The Health app is great. It's something that allows you to input your personal health information for access in situations where it might be a paramedic or a firefighter or even a police officer where they need to get into your phone if you're unconscious or you can't answer questions. Any of those emergency situations, you want to make sure that these people have access to your information. The information is completely chosen by you, so you don't have to give them anything you don't want to give them. It's just anything that may be helpful if you need to go to a doctor or emergency room. So I have actually restarted my phone so that we can get the appropriate, let me figure out my camera here, the appropriate information. If you are in the lock screen, if you swipe up and you see that it asks you to enter your passcode, down here in the bottom corner it'll say emergency. So that is where you're going to want to click, and it'll pop up on the white screen with the buttons because it's assuming you want to make an emergency phone call. And actually what we want to do, and you can't see it because of the lighting, but in the very bottom corner in the red it says medical ID. So if you click on that, it's going to pull up your personal information that you've allowed Apple to have, which, there we go. You will see I have taken stuff out for my privacy, but you can see in there that it'll have all of this information for a situation where a first responder may need to get to this information. So you can actually see down here where it says emergency contacts, and it'll have, like, you can put your mom or your dad or your husband or your wife or your kids or whoever it is, and you can do all of that through the actual Health app. So I'm going to show you how to get to that now. I'm going to unlock my phone. Give me one moment here. Okay. So for me, I am a little bit of an organization freak. So all of my apps are organized, but the quickest way is to just swipe down on your phone and then type in health, and it'll actually pop up. It's a little white app with a red heart. So if you click on Health app, and then it's going to take you to a page where you can, again with the lighting, you can have other apps, like third-party apps, connected to it, so you can count your steps that you're running and all of that stuff. But you're actually just going to want to push on medical ID. It's the second option from the top, and that's where you're going to see all of that information that you've added in for first responders. So, like, for me personally, I'm an organ donor, so I have that in there. I have my emergency calls and all of that go through there. In the top right corner, you're going to click edit, and that will allow you to input all of your information. So you can put your date of birth, your height, your weight, your blood type, all of that stuff, all of the things that would be basic questions if you're going through triage in an emergency room. And that'll just save the time to have to do all of that, because if a first responder gets to your phone, they have all this information. And then if you wake up from a coma 7 days later or something drastic like that, you don't have to worry about all that information not being given already. So it's really helpful to do that. The most important thing that you're going to want to have in here is at the very bottom in the settings of the actual Health app, you're going to see emergency access show when locked, and you want to make sure that that's turned on. So you want to actually have it be green, and that allows the first responder to get to it when you can't talk. So there's that. And then I'm not sure how many people out there know this, but another way for a first responder to get to that information is on the sides here. We've got buttons. If you push and hold the volume up and the power button, if you push and hold them for about 5 seconds, you're going to see the option to power off, but you'll also see the medical ID or emergency SOS. So if you just slide right there, and it'll pop up too. So in any situation, like if you're a first responder watching this, this is something that I would recommend knowing, obviously, because it'll just allow you to get the information from your patient at the time that they might not be able to give it to you themselves. So yeah, hopefully this helps, and maybe I'll have more public service announcements later. See ya.